हेलो गाइस, कैसे हैं आप सब। उम्मीद है आप सब ठीक होंगे। आज की वीडियो सर सैयद स्ट्रगल इन एजुकेशन पर है, उनकी एजुकेशनल सर्विसेज पे है। आप इस वीडियो के सुनने के बाद बहुत अच्छे तरीके से इस पर एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत सा नोट लिख सकेंगे और आपके बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त और बेस्ट नोट्स बनेंगे इस वीडियो को सुनने के बाद। एक तरह से आपके लिए एक तैयार नोट्स के लिए ये एक वीडियो है जिससे आप अपने नोट्स प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं। इसमें मैंने मुख्तलिफ बुक्स के हवाले भी दिए हैं और उनके नेम भी मेंशन किए हैं साथ में, जिधर से कोई पैराग्राफ लिया है या कोई भी लाइन मेंशन की है। तो फर्स्ट जब भी आप कोई इंट्रोडक्शन लिखते हैं, जब स्टार्ट करते हैं, तो किसी न किसी का राइटर का ज़रूर हवाला दिया करें। इंट्रोडक्शन में फर्स्ट जब ये मैंने पैराग्राफ लिखा है, ये मैंने डब्ल्यू हंटर की बुक द इंडियन मुसलमान से लिखा है और ये पैराग्राफ है, देयर इज़ नाउ स्carcely a government office in Calcutta in which a Mohammedan can hope for any post above the rank of a porter, messenger, filler of ink pots and mender of pens। अब देखिए इसका राइटर का नेम मेंशन है नीचे और जब वहाँ उस टाइम के हालात क्या थे आप मेंशन कर सकते हैं। इन दी पोस्ट 1857 war days the Muslims of India had touched the abyss of their backwardness and faced the crisis of survival as a nation. The British not only replaced the Muslim system of education with the English one but also laid the responsibility of spy mutiny over the Muslims, but Muslims could not accept their position and grew inimical to Western education as it would, they thought, produce disbelief and harm Muslim culture. In that period, Sir Sayyid rose like a blazing sun, lightening the ways of emancipation and progress for the Muslims. इसके बाद आ जाता है कि एजुकेशनल रेनेसांस उनका क्या था। इसमें भी जो है एक पैराग्राफ दिया है मैंने स्टार्ट में सर सैयद का, जो उन्होंने दिया, जो कुछ उन्होंने कहा था 1863 में। तो इसमें यह है कि द रीज़न वाई वी आर आल्सो बैकवर्ड नाउ अडेज इज़ दैट वाइल वी आर लर्नड इन फिलोसफी साइंसेज एंड आर्ट्स ऑफ एंटिक्विटी वी आर ऑलमोस्ट entirely ignorant of those of modern education. Chomsky says that his motto was educate, educate, educate. All the socio-political diseases of India may be cured by this treatment. Cure the root and the tree will flourish. Being the founder of Aligarh movement, he took following bold steps for educational renaissance of the Muslims. सबसे पहले उन्होंने क्या किया था, बिल्ड स्कूल्स। जो इनिशियल स्टेप था वो स्कूल्स का बनाना था। ही बिल्ड गुलशन स्कूल एट मुरादाबाद 1859 में बनाया था एंड विक्टोरिया स्कूल इन गाजीपुर जो उन्होंने 1864 में बनाया था। दे प्रोवाइडेड द फाउंडेशन फॉर द हायर टायर्स ऑफ लर्निंग। फिर था सेकंड पे अलीगढ़ साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी। इट वाज सेट अप इन 1864 which translated English works on different subjects into the native language. It made easy access to western knowledge. थर्ड पे है अलीगढ़ इंस्टीट्यूट गजेट 1866। इट imparted information on history, science of agriculture, natural and physical sciences and advanced mathematics. तहज़ीब उल इखलाक चौथे नंबर पे आता है। 1870 में उन्होंने जो है इट वाज अ मोस्टली मंथली जर्नल टू ब्रिंग होम टू द मुस्लिम्स द नीड फॉर liberalizing their thoughts and turning the Western education to regain their former prosperity. Moreover, he set up the committee to suggest practical steps for the improvement in Muslim education. MAO स्कूल कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटीज फिफ्थ पे आते हैं। After his return from England 1817, Sir Syed decided to set up a Muslim residential university on the model of Oxford and Cambridge. Thus, MAO school was established in 1875. सर सैयद stated, उन्होंने जो कहा उनके वर्ड्स ये थे, to remove those prejudices which have hitherto exercised a baneful influence on our race, to reconcile Oriental learning with Western literature and science. The school was raised to the level of college in 1877 and university in 1930. Mohammedan Educational Conference हुई 1886. The conference met every year to take the message of Aligarh movement to all parts of the country for inspiring Muslims to get modern education and abstain from politics. 7th पे आता है पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी. Sir Syed successfully defeated the purpose of those British officials who wanted to deprive Indians from modern education by establishing a vernacular of Oriental University at Punjab. This Punjab University came into being, which encouraged both Western and Oriental learning. फिर आ जाता है कि कोई टॉपिक आपका हो, उसके इम्पैक्ट्स क्या होते हैं. ये लाजमी आपने लिखना है, इम्पैक्ट्स ऑफ अलीगढ़ मूवमेंट ऑन द मुस्लिम्स ऑफ इंडिया. फर्स्ट जो है कॉन्फिडेंस एंड कॉन्शियसनेस. द अलीगढ़ मूवमेंट inculcated the spirit of self-confidence in Muslims. It brought intellectual revolution in their minds and they realized their true position in the subcontinent. Acquiring new learning, it enabled Muslims to adjust themselves to the new circumstances. Number 2 है improving socio-economic position. Through education, Muslims got the chance of government employment, enhancing comparatively their socio-economic status. A well-to-do Muslims class emerged out of the classrooms of Aligarh. Reducing gap and misunderstanding, the movement removed to a greater extent their impression from the British mind that Muslims inherently disliked modern education. It helped to reduce gap misunderstanding between the rules and the ruled Muslims. This is evident by governmental grants to many educational institutions. 4 पे आता है reconciling the modern and medieval. Aligarh bridged the gulf between modern and medieval education. Both were the need of the Muslim society. No one could be done away with. Sir Syed skillfully blended the two. That is why Chaudhry Khaliquzzaman called him as the father of modern Muslim India. Number 5 पे आता है emergence of future leadership. In fact, modern educational conference became the political mouthpiece of Muslims and forerunner of Muslim League. It attracted the orators, poets, educationists, and statesmen who emerged enthusiasm for social reforms, economic and intellectual progress, and later on it culminated in a political movement. Attracting the English wisdom, Aligarh College attracted many distinguished men at Cambridge. T. Beck, Sir Walter took almost paternal interest in the welfare of their students and worked like slaves to bring the college to the level of similar institutions in England. Conclusion इसका ये है कि all discussion of Sayyid Ahmad's role in Muslim political awakening must be prefaced with the statement that he was neither a politician nor a political leader. He was essentially a social reformer, and his panacea for all the ills of his community was education. ये डॉक्टर वहीदुज़्ज़मान का कहना है. Sir Syed was the right man at the right time of bringing in Renaissance in Indian Muslim. Before him, there was disintegration and decay. His efforts were in a new era. He gave the Indian Muslims a new cohesion, a new political policy, a new educational program, a new approach to their individual and national problems, and built up an organization which could carry on his work. जो क्रिटिक है इस टॉपिक पे आप लाजमी क्रिटिक भी आपने लिखना है, पॉजिटिव हो कि नेगेटिव हो. अब क्रिटिक में है कि सर सैयद जॉब वाज अ कॉम्प्लेक्स वन, सो इट वाज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर हिम टू अटेन परफेक्शन इन ईच sphere, though he gives very rare occasions for criticism. Yet some critics argue that his educational system produced one class, the elite class, which widened the gulf between various sections of the society. Similarly, his love for higher education led him to express unfavorable sweeping statements regarding the old system of education. He sometimes overlooked the needs of the distant Muslims who could not afford higher education or send their children to Aligarh. Some criticize him for spreading Western culture in Muslim society. There might be some truth in the above remarks, but one must not ignore his end, though his means were not free from limitations. उम्मीद है कि आज की वीडियो आपको पसंद आई होगी. अगर आपको आज की वीडियो अच्छी लगी है तो प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और दूसरों के साथ भी ज़रूर शेयर करें. नेक्स्ट वीडियो के साथ फिर आऊँगी और वो नेक्स्ट वीडियो होगी सोशियो पॉलिटिकल सर्विसेज ऑफ सर सैयद अहमद खान. थैंक यू.